I have noticed that most people love processes and techniques, and they want to know how. How do I do this? How do I do that? A structured way of manifesting, right? The unfailable formula, the biggest secret, the most famous book about the law of assumption says the secret, and then she released, Rhonda Byrne released the biggest secret, and all this stuff because it's popular, right? People want to know the biggest secret, the big thing, the big technique that will manifest them everything. But we forget that who are we and what is this experience, right? This is your spiritual experience, and I have talked about at length about what this is, and it's like a dream in the mind of God, and you are an individualized aspect of the same dreamer dreaming your own dream. The key word is dream. That is, it is not physically solidly real, right? Because if it was, manifestation would not work, right? If the laws of physics applied perfectly and it was an objective reality, manifestation would not work, and synchronicities and these coincidences are not possible. But anybody who has applied law of assumption or law of attraction successfully for some things, the things show up in such a way that describes or proves to you and reveals to you that something is up. It's not as, the reality is not as they say it is. And then we start studying the law for, law of assumption, and studying law of attraction and reading more stuff to figure out what's the big secret. And I recently made a video that after studying the law for so many years, 6 years, I've realized that I should have left and stopped studying it after I heard Neville Goddard say that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So, the tips and techniques people love because they are trying to escape the only thing that is real, which is their own consciousness, their own awareness, right? So they have created a reality which they do not like, and they want to escape it. So they want a process that will help them get out of it, not realizing that you are reality. There is nothing to get out from. There is nobody that you can escape from. It's your own projection. The whole world is your own projection, your immediate world. I'm not talking about the wars going on in like other countries that that's a drama. That's a background drama. Just like in any movie, the main character and the people in the plot are playing their scene, and then some random people are drinking coffee in the background just to fill in the background. So all these external things that you see, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your immediate reality. Your own personal reality sphere is your projection from inside out. And so it is reality that you have created. And so now the big secret, what is the big secret? It is to realize that you are reality. It's not that you're trying to change some external reality. It's not that the universe will help you do something. And your higher self is not even something external either. It's not like your higher self is some other dude sitting inside you and, pulling the strings from the back end. No. It's just that consciousness has levels of abstraction, right? Levels of awareness. So it's your own levels of awareness that is higher on the awareness scale. Just like dimensions. A lot of people have this misconception that dimensions are some other on other places, like in time and space they exist somewhere else. No, they're all here. Everything is here and now. It's just that it is different frequency and different vibration and different layers of existence. When you increase your awareness, you get to see those dimensions as well. And this is from where the parallel reality concept comes into play. And that Neville Goddard said that creation is finished, everything is here and now. So what differentiates which reality you're gonna live? Your assumptions. An assumption, though false if persisted in, will harden into fact. So first misconception, that there is an external universe and some universe you need to persuade by raising your vibration and match your vibration with some desire to get it. That's false, because there is no out there. You are reality, and it's all your projection. And another sort of insidious thought people have is that my higher self is some other dude living within me, like, you know, some saint within me, and he or she is pulling the strings. Not really, it's just you, but a different level of abstraction. Now, the big secret: whatever you saturate your consciousness with, you will experience in this world. Initially, a lot of people say, like, how do you do that? The big question, how do you do that? Recently I said that this is why your fears manifest, and I got a question like, well, how do you do the opposite of your fear? Well, it all boils down to a choice in the now moment, right? For example, somebody is manifesting specific person, because I get most questions about them, so I know some people get pissed off, like, why you keep giving the same examples? Well, that's my audience. Anyways, so the specific people manifesting love. Let's say that now all this nervous system stabilization, all this past limiting beliefs, of course they are a thing, but not really. You give them power. Let's say putting everything behind, you are brand new in the now moment, absolutely brand new, clean, and you say that you are manifesting SP. So you say that I am blissfully married to XYZ, and we are blissfully living together with peace, harmony, comfort, and deep love. This was my affirmation that I used. Now, you have said this. In the next moment, you get a text from your specific person that it's over, I don't want to be with you. And basically they kind of cut ties with you. Now in that moment, if you say that, oh no, it's over and it is done and they don't want me, you have fallen back to the old version of you. Even if you decided to be brand new, but you go back and now you have decided to be, you have chosen. The key word is choice. In the now moment, you have chosen to be your old self, or the person who does not have it. While a person who will successfully manifest, it's not even manifesting, successfully shift into the version of them who has it, what would they say? And I'm speaking from personal experience. They would say that I don't give a shit. Pardon my French. I don't give an F. They're obsessed with me. I already have them, right? We are married. So, whatever, right? This is not even real. This text is not even real. Whatever, like you can talk to yourself as though it is a fact, however you like it, however you can describe it. You can say, oh, this text is not even real, or they are totally into me, so we are already married, so this doesn't matter, or this is the old version of me, I don't even care about it, right? Whatever way you can shift, you can deliberately choose to be in your reality where you have it. So this is how somebody who has it will respond, while somebody who does not have it will respond in the opposite way. So this is how we choose. So I recently talked about how your fear manifests. So what are you doing when your fear manifests? You are deliberately choosing in the now moment. Well, not even deliberately, but basically you're making a choice, sometimes deliberately, sometimes you don't, you're not aware of it. But you are living in the moment, in the end of where you don't have it. And so your fears manifest. So what is the big secret, right? The big grand secret. It is a deliberate choice in the now moment to saturate your consciousness with that who you desire to be, your desired reality. And do not contradict yourself. Now, tips and techniques, right? You can imagine, like Neville Goddard taught. The reason why Neville Goddard's process is powerful is because it's a self-hypnosis technique. You put yourself into a sleepy, drowsy state before sleep, and you imagine your end. And when you repeatedly do it, it's like a self-hypnosis technique, and you believe that it is done. Like when you really do it, it feels as though it is done in your consciousness. You feel like it is a memory already in your mind. And that's why it's powerful. But again, why did Neville Goddard then made lectures about inner conversations that do not contradict yourself? He talked about the pearl of great price, that once you buy this pearl of great price, which is once you realize that you are your own reality, you are reality, you cannot go back, right? You have to sell everything to buy this pearl. So he made lectures about inner conversations. Why would he do that if his method was like bulletproof? It is bulletproof. But again, if you imagine something in the imagination and after that you contradict it and say, no, it didn't happen, or maybe it will happen, or you're praying and you are sort of hoping for it to work, what are you being? Who are you being? You are choosing to be that version of you who is relying on this process to get you what you want. While you are the process, you are reality. Same way, an affirmation will work for some people because they will affirm and they will feel great about it, and after that they will have this sense that it's gonna work out for me now, or it is working. They will not contradict it. They will not choose the opposite of it after that. But other people will affirm it and then secretly they believe that it's BS, this is all woo-woo, this doesn't work, it's all garbage. Who are you being? So the big secret is, who are you choosing to be in the now moment? Every now moment. And there is only now anyways. You experience life moment by moment in the now moment. And so the difference between those who have this Bible verse is amazing to describe it. Those who have more will be given to them, and those who do not have, that which they have will be taken away from them. So once you claim that you have something and you repeatedly claim it in the now moment, you will be given it. And those who do not have it, that is, they are seeking love and they think they don't have it, and they're seeking abundance, they think they don't have it. Well, if you continuously choose in the now moment that you don't have it, that which you have will be taken away. By the way, those who want to work with me, it's so slippery. Those who want to work with me, the link is in the description for one-on-one mindset coaching, and for those who want to join the membership channel where I have live streams every week, and you can even face-to-face have conversations with me on a live call on the live stream as well, and I will answer all your questions. So if these things interest you, the links are in the description. So it's all about a choice. It doesn't sound glamorous, and a lot of, I know some will say like, what, but how do you do it? Well, it's again, tips and techniques are a crutch, right? It's a crutch of you running away from the only reality that is real, which is you, your own consciousness. So how you do it, you decide what you want, you claim it in imagination or via an affirmation, or just decide that you have it, and then whatever happens, you keep choosing it. Great example from my personal life is when I made a full video of how I bought a flat in Russia, even though Russia is heavily sanctioned and it's basically impossible to get money here from legit, regular pathways. And so I made the whole story there. I will link the video in the description, you can watch it later. But basically when everything fell apart, seemingly, everything failed brutally, like, right? And so in that moment I kept on saying, I'm still with my vision and my vision is complete. What did I do? What was the magic trick I did? I didn't imagine some elaborate, well, I did, but it wasn't the main thing. I just decided that I brazen impotence, as Navalgar said. I just looked into the reality and said that it has no power over me. I decide what I have, and I have it. End of discussion. And a week after that, everything worked out for me. So the big secret was that I decided, right, that I am reality. This is my reality. I don't give a F about the sanctions or this or that or the circumstances. I decide that I have it, and then it was given to me. So the process and techniques kind of failed me because I was still imagining and affirming, but I was secretly fearing, like, oh, this is such a, everybody feels like their circumstance is the most special, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in Russia, bro, like this country is like in the worst time to be here right now, and like how. So I was secretly fearing my own imagination and affirmation. But when everything fell apart, then I woke up. I woke up to my own BS, and I was like, okay, now I'm deciding that I have it, and that's it. Right? No more contradicting myself, and no more going back to the old man, being the old man. And that's when it happened. The exactly same way when I was manifesting my so-called manifesting my love life or married life here in Russia. Same thing happened. So I'm not demonizing that processes and techniques like somehow don't work. No, they work, but they still need your permission and your decision. If you do not stand behind them or stand beside them, which is just you, your own imaginal act and your own words, they have no power. If you say that they have, and your imaginal act is a fact, it's real and it is done, it is done. But if you keep doubting it, then, So this is what is the big secret. In the now moment, keep choosing again and again who you say that you are, even if you see no proof or evidence, even if you feel like it's not working, even if you feel bad, because feelings ultimately are not that important. It's your decision. Feelings come, they are a manifestation of your state of being. So if you keep sticking to your state, eventually you start to feel like that way. You start to receive thoughts that yes, it is done. So the big secret is to choose in the now moment who you say that you are, and all these things will be added unto you. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.